Hello! This video is the second one of a series of 3 of how to manage georeference data in InfraWorks, Civil 3D and Revit. I am Stéphane Balmain, French Technical Sales Specialist at Autodesk, and this video has been created with Vincent Fredon, my colleague, Infrastructure Sales Specialist in France. To illustrate this example, we have chosen a building with its layout to illustrate how we can work from start with the parcel to the end. So you will see the parcel with all this context and earthworks. The first video is about the creation of the existing context, adding the data of the cadastral and all the other elements. In the second video, I will explain you how to manage Revit file with this Civil 3D InfraWorks file in georeferencing. And then we will see how to aggregate all earthworks and built data in a rich proposal with InfraWorks. So you should have seen the first video of my colleague Vincent. So now it's a second video, so we will see the creation of the new site in Revit file, the link between the thin surface in BIM 360 and the AutoCAD file for the Revit site. After we will accurate these coordinates in the Revit site file. After we will import the building file in Revit site. Give the good coordinate of the positioning of the building. Acquire coordinate from the site to the Revit file of the building. Then I will open the building file of Revit. I will link the thin surface with BIM 360, and if you want, you can link the AutoCAD file. And after, you will look at the last video of Vincent. So here you can see the Civil 3D file prepared by Vincent. So it's important to look at all and see if there is no frozen element, and of course verify if the georeferencement is okay. Here it is. So you can activate polygraphics to 1 in value. So it means that all will be open in Revit. So before linking or opening a DWG file in Revit, it's nice to open it in AutoCAD and do a zoom all to see if there is all what you need around where you will work, like this. And it's nice to look in elevation too. So here we can see that the parcel is in 2D at 0 and the terrain is at a real coordinate. So at first I will start with my template for the site works. So I will start to save as a site file because it will be my site. So I call it site. And then, so as you know, when you insert a DWG in Revit, you insert according to a level. So to make it more clearer, I will delete all my level and I will keep only my level and I will name it 00. Like this, okay, 00. So it means that when I import my DWG file according to this level, my DWG file will be at the correct ZEL value. So here I link my DWG file center to center. It means center of what I have drawn in AutoCAD and the center of the Revit environment. It's in meter, and I invert the color because I work in white in Revit. Here, so here I have the terrain, and at 00, like in the DWG, the parcel. So here I will go in the insert, and then I will acquire the coordinate of the DWG. Okay. And it's important to look after where is the topo point and the other point. And you see, because this DWG has been treated with Civil 3D, they are all in the center of the environment. It's really important that all are in the center of the environment, because when you will have 2000 walls beam, it can be slow if it's not in the middle of the environment. So as you may know, a lot of software can save in DWG, but before importing a file in Revit, you should treat it and say it again to Civil 3D that it's the reference with this coordinate. Here it's in France, in Lambert, but it can create a difference in Revit. Of course, my colleague Vincent have shown you how to publish topography in BIM 360, and now I will link this topography. So in Revit, we will go in link topography, and we will point on our BIM 360 project, here Village BIM. So here we have the topography linked. Of course, they are quite the same. I would like to be exactly the same, but they are not, because when you create a topography in Revit, it starts again only with points. And with the link topography with BIM 360, it's exactly the topography of Civil 3D. So now I will create my level, which is 314, if I remember. So after I will rename the level to the number of the Z value, and after I will look at the shop drawing of this level, so I can see my footprint of the building and my parcel. So now I will link the building file, and I will link center to center. Okay. So it arrived in the center. So first I move it to the correct Z value. So which means my zero level will be at the Z value of the soil here. And in 2D view, I will rotate and move it where I want in my parcel. So here I select and I will move it to the correct positioning. Here, and then rotate. So the idea of this video is to reproduce so we don't cut any manipulation. So now we have finished, it's in the correct location. So I will save my file, and now I will explain to the building file that you need to take the coordinate of my site file here. And of course, after I will save all my elements. So here, now you can see the building, and of course now we don't need anymore the DWG link. So I will remove the dead-wedge to keep only Revit element. So here you can see, and of course when you have, of course I will don't display my triangles, and I will tune my curves every half meter or meter, depending of who you are. So the principal and secondary curve here to be more easy to view on screen element. So after I can open the file of the building here, so it unload and load in another. And here now, since this building have geolocation, you can share. So here I like to verify what I say. So here the angle of the building. Here the famous ID command. We give the X, Y and Z value. And of course it match. And now if you want, of course you can link the dead-wedge, but not in center to center this time, but to share coordinate, because the coordinates are already known in this file. And of course, again it match. So now do not forget to look at the last video of this tutorial done by Vincent. Thank you.